my God, Regina Hall. I mean, I just can't even tell you how much I love you. I'm so excited to get to know you.
Well, I feel the same way, as I've been a fan of yours since, like, forever. I mean, everyone has. Like, I'm adding myself to a long list, but yes, forever.
As we were going to the commercial break, I did ask you a question about, would you go on a date in a U-Haul?
Yeah.
Yes?
Is it a first date, though?
It sounded like Ross was pitching it as a first date, but I don't think it has to be. I think it's just, you know, a date.
Well, you know, if it were like Brad Pitt, that'd go first date. But if it were someone else, I would know. Because he could kill me in the U-Haul. Like, I could die.
You know, if you don't mind, do you mind just bringing it down a notch? Okay, good. There's something about the floor that
feels engaging.
It just, there's some intimacy. Now, you said if Brad Pitt was in the U-Haul.
If he were in the U-Haul, I would go first date.
I heard he is.
Well, then we'd be ready.
Yeah.
A meal, a mattress.
Yeah, who wouldn't get in a, if Brad Pitt came up, you know, on a tricycle and be like, I'm in.
You'd hop on, yes, so would I.
Okay, so we are both single. Have you been on any apps?
I have not been on any apps. Like, I'm not good on like social media stuff.
Well, don't worry. On my dating app that I'm on.
Do you like it?
Well, you know, it's weird because I definitely am like, all right, today you seem interesting. And then all of a sudden they'll say hi. And I'm like, oh God, oh God.
And then you get nervous.
I'm like, yes, it's so bizarre. Like, and it's hard to like someone from a picture. I'm really personality first.
Me too.
So how do you meet a guy?
You know, friends.
Do you get set up?
I had one set up, and it went horrible. It was really bad. We got in an argument, so.
I was going to say, I want a top line of what makes a horrible date. You already got in an argument?
We got in an argument because he was like, I don't want my wife to work, and I want 2 kids. But he already had 1 kid, and I was like, well, why do I have to have 2 if you already have 1? And he was like, because I want 2 by my wife. And I said, that is the most selfish thing. You have 2. And then the argument started because he said you couldn't, if you're married, you couldn't spend more than $500 on a gift. Right?
For the other person?
For the other person, without permission. And I said, well, why do I need permission? What if your husband's been talking about a watch and you want to surprise him? Whatever. Or like a shirt, I don't know, and it's more than whatever. And he said, well, that's money that could be going towards the children, which in theory is nice. But I said, but I wasn't supposed to be working anyway.
Right.
So you weren't even counting on my money. Your money should be going towards the kids. And then he wanted 1 joint bank account. And I said, but then... This is all on a first date. All of it sounds wrong, right?
The only thing that's a silver lining to this absolute sociopath is that the one thing that I feel lately is we used to vilify. Does anyone know the Jack Berger Post-it note on Sex and the City? Right? Cultural phenomenon. He breaks up with her on a Post-it. It says, I'm sorry, I can't, don't hate me.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we thought that was so awful.
Yeah, yeah.
What a jerk.
Yeah.
Jack Berger looks like the nicest, most clear, directional, informative gentleman on the planet in the age of ghosting.
Yeah.
And
because he left the note.
I can't. Thank you. It's my turn to start healing and moving forward.
And I can't.
And this guy, in a similar way, but a very different approach, lets you know, move on.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a candidate right away.
Yeah.
If this guy came up with 20 criterias that are insane, what is one thing that is top of the list for you?
Compassion. And some hard stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I want, like, some loss, a couple of health crises. Like, I need some stuff. Like, you know, where life's...
100%.
Right? Because that's the hard stuff. So I need you to have had some stuff. Like,
well, and how do they cope with it?
And how did they cope with it?
Coping mechanisms.
Right, and you're going to need that.
Speaking of coping mechanisms, is it true when you would have a breakup, you would go ride a roller coaster?
My friend Michelle, whenever we'd have a breakup, we'd go to Six Flags.
I love you very much.
Did you do that?
I did.
And go ride the roller coaster? coasters, and like we go in the afternoon, ride the roller coasters, get like bad snacks, and just have a day.
Yes!
It's really good.
It also sounds like your girlfriends are so important to you.
Girlfriends are everything.
And you do trips with them?
I do whatever I can with them. When we can go do trips, when we go do dinner, when we go to each other's houses, if we go to watch movies, like I love my, or just literally talk on the phone.
I heard you went to Vegas with your girlfriends.
Yes.
What'd you do?
We had dinner with Prince.
Oh my God.
And he performed on a stage when he was in Vegas doing his show. I love Prince.